So it's time for another quick review, and I just completed this game last night. It's available for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. I'm talking about Bayonetta. So the story in Bayonetta is kind of wacky and crazy, just over the top, and to be honest, it's really hard to follow. But since I completed it, I still have no clue what the whole entire story is about. But I can tell you that you play as this witch named Bayonetta who is 300 years old, and she lost her memory hundreds of years ago. So she's looking for this gemstone of some sort. For what? I'm not quite sure why. And she soon starts to regain her memory, and towards the end of the game you start to find out some really crazy stuff, off the wall type of stuff. But the story, you know, really wasn't that interesting. Like, it's kind of like a standard story, but just the way in which the game presents that story is just crazy, and like I said, it's really hard to follow. Now, for those of you that don't know, Bayonetta is a hack and slash game, very similar to games such as Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden, but the one thing that sets this game apart from all of the games in the genre is the fact that there's just so much style in the gameplay. I don't think there's any other video game character out there that's as sexy as Bayonetta is. She has guns attached to her feet, which is mad crazy. She does some really stylish moves. She has really nice looking swords and other weapons that she uses to get the job done against the enemies. The controls work really well, and the thing that I like about this game, it's more about defense, because this game really depends on you dodging your enemies' attacks. So you really have to get to know your enemies' attacks and when they're gonna attack, so you have to pay attention to that. And then you dodge it. Now, once you dodge the attack, you go into witch time, which is basically slow motion, bullet time, whatever you want to call it. And while you're in that mode, you basically just kill your enemies. You give them so much damage, and everything looks amazing when you do that. You could potentially just button mash your way through this game and you'll pull off some really cool combos. But if you want to get more in depth with the game, you definitely can learn some of the combos, and it doesn't take much at all to really look stylish during gameplay. You can switch up your weapons on the fly, which is pretty cool, something similar from Devil May Cry. And it adds a lot of variety to the gameplay elements. You can potentially come up with all types of combos, and you know, of course you're gonna always find that one combo that you love and you use all the time. You'll do crazy things like stomping enemies with gigantic heels and just crazy stuff like that. Lipstick, all types of things. It's crazy. That's what this game is all about. Now, I personally wasn't blown away by the graphics in this game. Some others may think differently. I can say that the environments look really cool. It has that whole dark gothic feel to it. And some environments you'll go into look really nice, like tropical areas. Looks great. The animations in this game are really smooth. I didn't notice any lag. And the characters are really creative. I mean, you'll come across some really wild characters. And I think the boss battles were really great because they were just huge and big and very epic, well detailed. The music works well in the game, but my one complaint with it is the fact that it is just too repetitive. Every time you're battling an enemy, the same J-pop type of song comes on, and to tell you the truth, it's like stuck in my head. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I can't get it out. Now, while this game is truly amazing, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its problems. And one of them that I noticed that kind of got on my nerves was the fact that the camera is just a little too wonky. Also, some of the huge action-packed sequences are done through cutscenes. Some of them, not all of them, but it would have been really cool if you would have been able to play through those cutscenes, whether it be through QuickTime events or whatever, because there are some QuickTime events in the game that work well. That would have been great if we would have had a chance to be immersed into those great action sequences. There's a ton of value in Bayonetta. You can go through the story mode on very easy or easy, which basically the game plays by itself. You only need one hand to play it. And you can also go through on normal, which I did. And that's kind of hard. It took me about 15 hours to get through it. I was dying a lot, trust me. Once you complete normal mode, you can go through and play through hard mode, which is in fact hard. But the game does something really cool. It has online leaderboards. You can compare your final level scores to other people, your friends, or across the world, which is something really cool, and it'll give you that drive to try to do better as far as your combos go. Now, if you're looking for a challenge, there are like mini challenges located in about every level in the game, which is pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to complete all of them because they did start to increase in difficulty, but definitely if you're looking for a challenge, you can always go back to that. Plus, there's a ton of things in the weapon shop that you can buy, and it'll just give you more variety when you go back and play the game again. There's different guns, different swords, whips, all types of things. There's a bunch of techniques that you can use, different move sets, all types of things. It's great. Plus there's a whole item selection where you can concoct different items and all types of stuff. It's really unique and really cool. So Bayonetta is a great game. It has addicting gameplay. It's just a bunch of fun. It's over the top. It's sexy. Just all types of crazy things. Blood, gore, whatever it is you're looking for. Does have some problems with the camera though, but if you can get past all of that, you'll definitely be pleased with Bayonetta. So my final score for Bayonetta is going to be a 9.5. I love this game. One of the best games I've played so far this year, and it's just fun. Go ahead and pick it up.